the hidden enemy within approx 801,000 words, a gripping start that confronts the viewer. Why do you sabotage yourself? Everyone feels procrastination, addiction, inner chaos. We will introduce Jung's idea of the shadow, the unseen, part of ourselves that keeps us undisciplined and disoriented. Quote Carl Jung, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." Aion, 1951. Asterisk, the hidden enemy within. Every day, millions wake up with intentions of transformation. Today I'll start, they whisper. Start the diet, start the book, quit the addiction, rebuild their lives. But by nightfall, they are once again entangled in a familiar ritual of excuses, scrolling, guilt, and silence. It's not laziness. It's not lack of intelligence. It's war. A war between what you want to become and the parts of you designed to destroy it. Carl Jung didn't believe in discipline the way productivity gurus preach it today. For him, discipline wasn't just about self-control, it was about survival. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. That one sentence has shattered millions of illusions. Because what he's really saying is this: your failure to evolve is not a flaw in your willpower. It is a sign that something inside you wants you to stay exactly where you are. Think about that. There is something in you, something nameless, ancient, hidden, actively resists your growth. It wants comfort, familiarity, safety, but not safety in the real sense. Safety in the tragic sense is safety in your mediocrity. How many talented people have you seen destroy themselves slowly? The artist who drinks too much and never paints again. The genius student who drops out, terrified of success. The father who watches his child grow distant because he never learned to control his anger. These are not random failures. They are symptoms. Symptoms of the undisciplined soul of a human being who has lost sovereignty over his own mind. And what's worse, our world is built to reward this loss of control. Entire industries are fueled by your inability to sit with discomfort. Food companies sell you artificial joy. Social media feeds you validation without connection. Entertainment hijacks your attention before your thoughts can even form. This is not life. This is sedation. And you know it. Deep down, you know you are capable of more. You've glimpsed it in fleeting moments, maybe during a heartbreak, maybe during a late night when the world went silent and you realized you've been lying to yourself for years. That version of you, the one who doesn't flinch, who doesn't fold, who keeps their word, that version haunts you. Because you know it's real, so why can't you become it? Jung believed that without facing your inner Chausiar shadow, your complexes, your archetypes, you are simply a puppet. And discipline, it becomes impossible. Because discipline isn't just structure, it's integration. The merging of who you pretend to be with who you really are. This video is not a list of hacks. It's not a motivational trick. It's an excavation. We're going to descend into the 7 psychological laws that Carl Jung's work reveals us, that if truly understood, can make you unshakable. Not because you'll be perfect, but because you'll be whole. We will explore the deep patterns that keep people weak, the mental illusions that prevent progress, the hidden stories running in your mind that were never truly yours. You will meet the versions of yourself you've buried. And by the end, you'll understand one brutal truth. Discipline isn't about becoming something better. It's about finally becoming something real. The shadow, the part of you that hates discipline. She always wanted to become a writer. Her notebooks were full of ideas, stories, entire worlds. People told her she had talent, but every time she sat down to write, she found an excuse. It's not the right time. I'm not ready yet. Years passed. The notebooks became dusty. So did her ambition. When asked what happened, she would say life got in the way. But that's not true. What got in the way was herself. Carl Jung called this the shadow, the dark, unconscious part of ourselves that holds everything we refuse to see. Our fears, our compulsions, our insecurities, our suppressed rage, our self-sabotage. The shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality. For no one can become conscious of the shadow without considerable moral effort. Jung Aion researches into the phenomenology of the self, 1951. Jung understood something that still escapes modern self-help. We are not fully in control of ourselves, and that means we're not failing to be disciplined because we're weak. We're failing because we are fragmented. We are divided between what we want to become and the dark parts of us that don't want change. Those parts whisper, stay comfortable, play safe, don't risk embarrassment, don't try too hard, it might not work. These whispers don't come from logic. They come from the part of you you've never met. You can see it clearly in people's lives. The man who sabotages his relationship because deep down, he doesn't believe he's worthy of love. The woman who binge eats every night to soothe childhood wounds she's never spoken about. The teenager who procrastinates not out of laziness, out of terror that success would expose them. None of this is accidental. The shadow protects you from change, from pain, from truth. And that's the paradox. What protects you will also destroy you if you don't face it. We are taught to strive for goals but never taught that we might resist those goals unconsciously. We are told to just be consistent but never told how much of ourselves hates the idea of structure. This is why discipline feels like suffering, because it is. It's the suffering of one part of your psyche dying, so another part can take its place. There is no coming to consciousness without pain. Carl Jung, Psychology and Alchemy. Become disciplined. You must confront your shadow nate, fight it, not kill it, but integrate it. What does that mean? It means recognizing your hidden impulses. It means understanding that the part of you that wants to scroll at 2 a.m. or lie to your coach or quit your plan, that part has a story. And until you listen to it, you will never be free of it. Jung didn't believe in suppression. He believed in awareness, because what remains unconscious will repeat itself over and over. Like the man who marries 3 versions of the same woman, each time ending in chaos. Like the girl who changes careers every year, always leaving before she succeeds. They think it's the world. It's not. It's the shadow. This is the first psychological law of discipline. What you reject in yourself controls you, and what you accept can be transformed. You will never be fully disciplined until you face the voice inside you that doesn't want you to be. It sounds cruel, but Jung believed this confrontation was sacred. He saw it as a rite of passage that separated the asleep from the awake, the scattered from the integrated, the weak from the truly human. So look at your life. Look at what you keep failing at, and instead of asking, why can't I do this? Ask, what part of me doesn't want me to? Archetypes of resistance. The inner child and the saboteur. He was brilliant, top of his class. Everyone said he'd be great. But every time something good was about to happen, an internship, a scholarship, a big opportunity to disappear, miss deadlines, skip interviews, make excuses so convincing even he believed them. When asked why, he would say, I'm just not ready. The truth, he was terrified of becoming the person everyone expected him to be. Carl Jung would have recognized this pattern immediately. It wasn't a fluke. It wasn't fear of failure. It was an archetype at work. Archetypes are the living system of reactions and aptitudes that determine the individual's life in invisible ways. Carl Jung, man and his symbols, while the shadow is the rejected part of us. Archetypes are Depurthi, our ancient psychological blueprints that shape our behavior, and 2 of them are responsible for most of the resistance to discipline. The inner child and the saboteur. Asterisk the inner child. The lover of comfort. The inner child doesn't care about your goals. It wants to be safe, held, distracted. It's the part of you that craves pleasure, avoids pain, and throws tantrums when life gets hard. You see it when you hit the snooze button, when you binge on sugar, when you cancel plans because you're not in the mood, and you justify it. I need rest. It's self-care. I'll start tomorrow. But beneath these rationalizations lies something more primitive. The part of you that never learned how to suffer well. Jung believed that much of adult dysfunction is childhood suffering that was never metabolized. Discipline isn't just hard, it reactivates old wounds. When you push yourself to grow, you awaken the child that was once punished, humiliated, or ignored. So what do? You run into comfort, into distractions, into anything that feels like love without the effort. The saboteur, the fearer of identity death. The saboteur is not emotional like the inner child. It's strategic, cold, subtle. It's the voice that whispers, this is pointless, you'll never stick to it, don't even start. It pretends to protect you, but what it's really doing is stopping transformation, because transformation means death. Not physical death, identity, death, and the psyche resists this more violently than anything. The moment you become disciplined, you're no longer who you used to be. You're no longer the person who laughs at his own failures. No longer the one who is just not a morning person. No longer the one with the tragic backstory everyone pities. The saboteur knows that success costs you your old narrative.